Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Kenny, and this is the Haves and the Have-Nots Season 6, Episode 18, and the name of this episode is Sugar Mama. Yo, this was more of a filler episode, but there were a lot of good moments for me, and it seemed to me that this episode, a lot of people were dropping by people's houses bringing drama, because I got that a lot. Like, motherfuckers were just coming at people's houses bringing some drama. And we've seen this throughout the whole episode. Somebody dropped by unannounced, and they brought their drama once you opened the door, and it was crazy. Alright, so let me begin. The episode picked up where it left off. Benny and the guy are in the bar. They're tussling over the gun. Benny knocks the guy down, actually gets the gun. Well, picks up because he ends up getting the gun, and then the guy is like, please don't shoot me. He's like, I'm not gonna kill you, but I'm trying to tell you I didn't kill him. He was already dead when I came in here. I didn't kill anybody. And he's like, okay, I believe you. I'm like, nah, fool, you just saying you believe him because he got a gun on your ass. But at first he was every thug and every, black stereotype you can think of. But now that he done flipped the script and now you ain't got that gun no more, you literally turned into a bitch. But tell me why the hell Benny left the gun and went out the back door. You got the mob now that's going to be after you, so why would you not carry a gun? But Benny's stupid, and we've known that about Benny. And throughout this episode, we just see how stupid Benny really is. I mean, because while he was, because we see that he did, reach out to Mitch. So once he got home, Mitch was outside waiting for him. And Mitch was like, yo, what the hell you want? You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, I was at a date around some wine and candlelight, and you called me saying there was an emergency. What the fuck happened? What do you want? And then Benny, and while they're talking, Hannah's window's open, and Hannah hears everything. They go back and forth, and Benny lets him know that, look, I tried to take back the money to your uncle. And he's like, yeah, and I'm pretty sure they didn't reject that shit. I'm like, I'm shocked that you even standing here talking to me right now. That they ain't beat your ass for that. Like, I told you it was a bad idea, and I told you to not do business with my family. Now you know what the deal is. But then Benny drops the bomb and tells him that your uncle's dead. When I went there to give him back the money, he was dead. And, I just wanted to come to you first and let you know what happened. I'm like, Benny, you're a fucking idiot. Because at the end of the day, regardless of the fact that Mitch is not in the business, he's still a Malone. And for the fact that you said that, okay, because at this moment, we don't know whether he believes Benny or not. But we can definitely tell he flipped out. And it was so loud that Hannah woke up and heard everything because her window was open. And Mitch was just going off like, I told you not to do business with my family. I told you not to do this. And I told you not to try to take back that money. Like, you're so fucking hard-headed. You don't listen. I'm like, he don't listen. Benny's a fucking idiot. He's the biggest idiot on the show. So, of course, once he gets inside, Hannah starts asking him, so what happened? Tell me everything. And he's like, Mom, I ain't trying to worry you with all this more. Like, you know what? You gonna tell me something. Because I overheard you and Mitch outside arguing about money and about you owing this and all of this crap. Like, I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. What's going on? Like, you need to stop lying to me. Is it because of your sister and all that? Yeah, but we're gonna see that Candace does got some shit that she involved Benny in, unbeknownst to him. But then he actually confesses and lets her know that, yeah, I borrowed money from Mitch's family, and I went to go take the money back because he said I borrowed the money to get a tow truck, but when I went to go take the money back, his uncle was dead, and there was this guy who had a gun on me and was trying to kill me, but I got away. So of course Hannah is like, look, you need a lawyer. And I'm like, see, Hannah's smart. And by the fact that she said that, I'm gonna mention this. I am a senior associate with Legal Shield and ID Shield. So if you're looking for more information in regards to how to get an attorney at a very affordable rate, check out my link in the description box. It takes you directly to my website. Yeah, so definitely check out your boy. You know, and if you want more information, you can definitely reach me on any of my social media platforms, and I'll be more than happy to have a discussion with you. So yeah, you need legal protection. Legal protection is very important, especially in the days that we're living in. Okay, so she tells him he needs to get a lawyer, and she says she's gonna reach out to Catherine. Oh, but that damn Benny's like, oh no, I'm going to Veronica. Now, this is the thing that really made me want to slap the shit out of Benny, because, dude, you literally just disrespected that woman, you know, by having sex with Melissa in her house, on her couch, and you think she really wants to help you right now, when really she's trying to do everything she can to fuck you up. And from the looks of things, that may still be the case. But, you know, Veronica's kind of having her little, you know, soiree, and I'm definitely going to talk about that because Veronica is drunk as shit. She's still getting turned up at the house, even though Derek rejected her. She's still up in there getting drunk. But you know, Benny's like, I'm going to Veronica, and of course Hannah was like, oh hell no, you are not dealing with that woman. He's like, Mom, I need to do this on my own. I got myself in this. I'll get myself out of it. I'm gonna go to Veronica. So he ends up leaving, going to Veronica's ass. So I'm definitely going to attach on to Benny later. So Benny's on his way to Veronica's house, and Hannah is on her way to see Catherine. So yeah, it's like both of them going to people's houses, bringing a drama. As I was saying before, everybody is going to somebody's house, bringing some drama. So next we get a scene with Candace and RJ. You know, I mean RK, I'm sorry. And RK's a cocky motherfucker. He fine as hell, but he is too damn cocky. And it seems that, yeah, some shit's gonna start coming back on old boy because he too damn cocky with his shit. But I like him though, because RK is like a male version of Candace. You know, he rose up on Candace and he's like, you know, he's saying that, look, Rocky gave you up. And she was like, what the hell are you talking about? She said that, look, Rocky told old boy Oscar about that whole operation. So yeah, so now Oscar knows about you setting him up because Rocky gave you up to him. And so he's saying, but then he was like, so why are you being elusive and avoiding things? She's like, I ain't avoiding nothing. She's like, you got on a baseball cap, you're avoiding, and you're definitely sneaking around. And she's like, okay, you real clever, so let's go inside and talk. So they go inside and talk or whatever. And then he was saying that, hey, since I just gave you this information, you know, won't you give me something? She's like, what the hell do you want? And he's like, shoot, I want to see how good you are. Shoot, I want to see what it is about you that be driving the boys crazy, because I want to figure out how I can do that. And she was like, you know what, I ain't got time for you, little boy, you were doing too much. And then she was like, okay, won't you whip it out for me? So then he pulls it out, and he real confident with it. She's like, wow, okay, so what you need to understand about me is that I'm a real woman. And, you know, not yet, baby. You need to grow up a little bit. I was like, damn! I'm like, she shot his ass down. But then she says, okay, you know, but I got a little opportunity for you though. You know, I want you to go. And he's like, look, Candace, I'm not gonna mess with no more guys, so don't even try that shit. He's like, no, it's an older woman, because remember she told him that he needs to kind of go after older women, you know, and those are the best marks because you can really take them for all they got. Rich older women. So she puts him on Veronica's ass. And she lets him know that, you know, go over there, you ain't got to have sex with her, but, you know, get her drunk, show her a good time, you know, and, you know, she's definitely wealthy and she got money, but don't drug her because the bitch might die. I was like, y'all wrong. I'm like, Candace, you messed up. So she sends him on, to Veronica, like, look, she's a good mark, have fun. So we see that he goes off to go see Veronica. Then we get a scene with Oscar and Jim. Jim is letting Oscar know that, look, I want my fucking money. The money's not in my account. But then Oscar lets him know that, look, I literally had everything set up. But what happened is that Candace, took your money. And he's like, how the hell did Candace take my money? And he lets it be known that, look, I got drugged and somehow she got my access codes and she transferred the money to another account. Jim right now is not believing it because he's thinking that Oscar and Candace are working together. So you mean to tell me that bitch got my son's entire inheritance? And he's like, yeah. And he gets to the point where he kind of jacks up. Oscar was like, look, you mean to tell me that after all of this, that bitch got my son's money? And he's like, yes, but I'm gonna try to get it back. Now take your hands off me. And I was like, okay, Oscar. And then Jim was like, oh, okay. Well, let me tell you this, Oscar. You got 24 hours. And he's like, you got 24 hours to give me back my money. And then Oscar's like, I can't get that shit back in 24 hours. He's like, what if I can't do it in 24 hours? He says, then you and that bitch is dead. Uh-huh. Take your hands off me. That was cute, Oscar. Yeah. Take your hands off me. Woo! I'm like, Jim, you are not gonna be liking to somebody put your lights out with your mean ass. Just talking pig shit. I was rolling. I was like, you keep on fucking with people, Jim. Somebody gonna fucking meet you. Somebody gonna fucking put their foot to the metal and beat your ass. Cause I'm really rooting for Jim for Jim's shit to come back on him, cause he's doing entirely too much. Alright, so then we get to damn Veronica's house. Veronica is drunk as all hell. Then all of a sudden, she get a knock on the door, and she's like, I figured you would change your mind, because can't nobody turn this down. And then all of a sudden, we open the door. She opens the door, and it's RK's ass, and RK is just real cocky. He just walks in and was like, wow, this is a nice place. And she's like, excuse me, who the hell are you? And he was like, my name's RK, Candace sent me over. And she's like, well, I need you to get the hell up out of here. And besides, don't you got an exam to study for tomorrow and all this shit? Like, how old are you anyway? And he's like, does it matter? At the end of the day, I'm here to, show you a good time. And then he says like, won't you offer me a drink? So he literally takes the drink out her hand and drinks it. He's like, I thought somebody of your stature would be drinking something better than this. And pretty much she was like, how old are you? And he tells her that he's 25. And she's like, I have a son, a few years older than you. And at the end of the day, I'm a grown-ass woman, and I don't have time for these little boy games. And next thing you know, he starts unbuttoning his shirt, and while she's talking, she's like, ooh, this could be interesting. I'm like, you little slut. So we see, so then he's like, so he's saying like, so you were saying, so let's find something more to drink. Where your kitchen at? So he done already moved in and everything. We see that the two of them, are going back and forth, flirting with each other. He lets him know that he's from Douglas, Ohio, where because he immediately starts thinking that she came up because of a man. She pretty much let it be known, no, boo boo. I don't know how they do in Douglas, Ohio, because he says in his hometown, men are usually like the head, and the women usually depend on their husbands. She was like, no, honey, I'm a self-made woman, you know. And then she's saying, so, if you're looking for a sugar mama, it ain't gonna be me. Like, so she was just like really taunting him and everything. And then the next thing you know, we see that damn Benny comes over with his shit. And soon as she saw Benny's ass, she like slammed the door, but he came in and he's like, I'm in trouble. I really need your help. I need your help. And she's like, well, get the hell out of here, Benny. I don't want to talk to you. He's like, look, I really need you. And then RK's right there. And she pretty much tells RK to go upstairs and we're going to finish up what we were starting off down here. So RK right now is just real G with it. Got his shirt out. You know, he ain't even worried about Benny's ass because Benny's irrelevant. So he pretty much goes upstairs. But while he upstairs, he's hitting her ass up. He's stealing, you know, some of her, you know, her jewelry and, you know, some of her fineries and everything. And he sees that there's a safe in her room. And then we see that RK lays on the bed. It's like, man, I'm about to take this bitch for everything she got. He could possibly do it. But will he succeed? So while RK is like literally stealing her shit upstairs, her and Benny have a conversation. And, you know, her and Benny go back and forth. And then, like, he's like, you know, I really need your help. I got into a situation and I really need your help. She's like, boy, you will forever getting into shit after shit after shit. And he's like, look, I don't need a lecture right now. I'm like, motherfucker, you need every damn lecture there is with your stupid ass. That's why I can't stand Benny with his shit. Like, he too fucking arrogant, but dumb as hell. So she pretty much tells him, so she pretty much says, what happened? You know, so he tells her about everything that went down. You know, he doesn't mention the Malones or anything like that, but he says that, you know, he says that, look, he went to go borrow money, he went to go take it back, and the guy was dead and all this shit. And there was a dude there, like, he was trying to kill me. I arrested him down. But then again, Benny even knows that he probably might still throw him to the wolves. So she's like, oh, so you need my help, huh? Take your clothes off. And he's like, I'm not taking off. Like, she's like, take your clothes off. He's like, Veronica, I just need your help. I'm not here for this. I'm not here to do any of this. She was like, okay, boy. Go home. He's like, really? Yeah, go home, go to sleep. The cops, it takes them a few days before they catch a lead anyway. So right now, you're fine. Just go home and relax or whatever. And then he just gets up and about to leave. She's like, the least thing you can do with your ungrateful, nasty ass is to at least say thank you. Thank you, Veronica. And he says thank you and shit. And she's like, oh yeah, and tell your trifling ass mama I said hey. Hallelujah! I was like, you bitch! Oh my god, Veronica is a damn mess. And then, you know, she goes upstairs and was like, okay, here I come, little boy, little man, little young man. You know, I'm ready to come up there and teach you a few things. I'm like, go ahead, Veronica, with your nasty ass. Yeah, while you think you about to take him, he upstairs taking you for all you got. So we gonna see how that shit gonna play out. But yeah, because she definitely reprimanded Benny for the fact that you got some nerve to ask me for help after you disrespected me in my house, you know, by having sex with that girl on my couch. Like, come on, Benny. Like, it seemed to me that Benny, but then again, it's like, is Veronica actually really going to help Benny, or is she setting him up? It looks like she's trying to help him, but then again, she in her mind, she's like, this will be a good opportunity for me to shut his ass down. But we're gonna, in time will tell. We'll see what's gonna happen with that. Then we get a scene with David and Erica. They get a knock on the door. You know, so immediately he's thinking it's Veronica coming back because remember, she just blew up their damn cars. So he's thinking Veronica's coming to start more shit. You know, he was about to get like a damn fire poker or whatever. You know, he's like, yo, I ain't here for no more bullshit tonight. So, and remember I said people showing up at people's houses with their drama. So so they go downstairs and he opens the door. It's Jim's ass, and Jim's going the fuck off like, that bitch took my money. That bitch took my money. And he's like, what the fuck you talking about? He's like, I'm talking about Candace. That damn bitch took my. And then all of a sudden he sees he sees that Erica saying that. He's like, what the hell you doing here with this little whore anyway? Blah blah blah. And he's like, whoa, pump your brakes, Jim. She is not a whore. Show some respect. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you a whore. And she's like, it's okay, I'm going upstairs, sweetie. So she goes upstairs, but while upstairs, she literally overhears their conversation because there's not a lot of stuff in that house. You know, the acoustics in that mansion are very strong. So she's at the door listening into their conversation, and she's, calls Candace and tells Candace everything that's going on. So what goes on is that Jim tells him that, look, Candace got my damn money and she's dead, and that motherfucker Oscar's dead too if he don't get my money. And he was saying that, so how well you know this Oscar, David? And he's saying that, first of all, Oscar wouldn't do no shit like that. And he's like, well, how are you so sure? He's a criminal, isn't he? Why wouldn't he do this? He says, because I'm the one that got him out. I got too much on him to send him back, and he wouldn't cross me like this. So I have a good idea. But he asked, what did Oscar tell you? He said that Oscar told me that she drugged him and she got access to his accounts, to his account information, and that's how she was able to get the money. He says, well, that's probably plausible, and he's like, and he's saying that, look, Oscar, and like David is saying that Oscar would not do this. So I'm thinking that, yeah, what he told you was actually the truth, and then if anything, he was like, well, then like Jim still talking his shit was like, well, how do you know it's not true? How do you know he ain't cross you? And blah, blah, blah. He's like, see, the problem with you, Jim, is that your ass always jump to conclusions. And he does. He's quick to jump to conclusions without really looking at everything. Now, think about it. He pretty much was pretty much supposed to have been wiring money to you, right? So, what bank was he supposed to be wiring it? So what bank was he supposed to be wiring this money to? Benefit and Trust. So he immediately got Dave. So at that moment, David got Jim's stupid ass thinking, because he right now saying Oscar did this and I'm gonna kill both of them and all this shit. But he says that, think about it. Oscar was going to wire money to your account. Where's your account? Benefit and Trust. So obviously he sent it to that bank, but it got intercepted by another account. We need to get to the bottom of it, of how this happened. So immediately he was like, Lloyd. So he ended up calling Lloyd. It's like 2 or 3 in the fucking morning. And he's like on the phone like, get up, you fat fuck. Jim is so damn disrespectful, man. So he gets Lloyd on the phone. And he's pretty much saying that, Lloyd, there was supposed to have been some money wired to my account. It never got there. And he said that, and then like he starts putting everything together, and he's like, okay, so, was there an account, that was kind of like in my name or whatever? And he was like, yeah, there was like an account for the choir company, but it just got closed out. And she was like, who told you to open that account? And he said, Veronica. He's like, that's interesting. So all of a sudden, that starts dancing in David's head. Veronica? Why would she be working with Candace? Them two are like vinegar and oil. Or so you think. They're cut from the same cloth. more than you realize. So pretty much she tells him that, look, I need you to get to the bottom of this and find out, who was listed on that account and where did this money go to. And he says that, look, I can do it in the morning. He's like, no, you get your fat sweaty ass up and you do it right now. So he's like, okay, fine, because they got Lloyd you know, they got Lloyd by the balls, because they sit on the board of the bank that he works in, you know, him and Catherine. So he's literally muscling fucking Lloyd and says, you get up off your fat ass and you're gonna find out what the hell happened to my money. He gets down and finds out that, oh, the people that were listed on the account was Candace Young, and the money's been transferred to Benjamin Young. Now the whole time we see that Erica's upstairs telling Candace everything on the phone, and Candace being real show with her, like, bitch, get off my phone. Leave me the hell alone. If you call me back one more time, she's like, look, I'm really trying to get back into your good graces. I'm trying to help you. You know, he says he's gonna kill you, and now he knows that Benny got the money. And then we see that's when Candace hangs up the phone. So she now knows they are closing in on her ass. You know, Oscar's after her, and now Jim knows where the money is. So that's gonna be some shit. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen with that. So that was crazy. So then we get a scene between Landon and Charles. And I'm going to need something to happen with this, because it's kind of getting kind of old for me, this whole Landon and Charles situation, because Landon's pathetic, you know, but Charles has decided, I think we should move to, you know, Savannah, you know, until my inauguration. So he's still, and of course we see that Landon's like, well, sir, I don't think that's a good idea, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nigga, you just saying that shit because you want Charles's ass, and you just can't accept the fact that he wants Candace and he don't want you. And, you know, I'm really beginning to think that Charles is playing the game his damn self, because we know how shrewd Charles really moves. So, you mean to tell me you ain't picking the fact that this boy wants you? And pretty much, you know, Landon's like, why would you want to do this to yourself? You already said that she's a power keg. You know, this could be bad for everything involved. Like, we're really trying to win this election here. You're running the polls. Like, why are you trying to continue to go after this woman? What is it about her that you just can't shake her? And he's like, look, I like her. You know, do you ever know what it's like, you know, that you just have you ever had a woman that you just couldn't get out of your head and you just couldn't shake no matter what you do? And then Landon was like, well, no, you know, I've never had that, thank God. I'm like, oh, Landon, you salty bitch. You just, it's just so hilarious. Like, and then he begins to try to take Landon, you know, begins to try to take Charles's shoes off. He's like, why are you, like, you know, what the hell are you doing? I could take off my own damn shoes. And he's like, look, you need to get used to people doing these things for you, because once you become president, everybody's going to be at your feet. And he's like, you really think I can be president? He's like, yes. You're killing it in the polls, and you're going to be great. And I'm like, See, that's another thing you like, Landon, with your slut ass. You like the fact that, one, he's fine, but then also because he's a man of power. And you're addicted to that power. You want to be next to power. And, you know, so then Charles is like, you know what, yeah, you know, I guess I'm going to have a great 8 years. He's like, yes, you are. You know. But it's just like, Landon, give it up, bitch. The dude don't want you. He's straight. And literally, you're literally acting like the same way Jeffrey was with Wyatt. It's like, soon as he tell you something, you right there. But he ain't gonna never give in to you. So it's just like, okay, he's mad as hell because now Charles wants to move to Savannah to be close to Candace, because he's trying to make things happen between them. But then she's like, she keeps turning you down, but he's like, I don't care. And that's the thing that is really pissing Landon off, because he's like, here I am, and you just keep passing me off for her. Like, yeah, because he don't want you, Landon. Get over your damn self. So then we see that Catherine. So we see that Hannah goes over to Catherine's and tells her about Benny's situation, and she's saying that, you know, Benny went into this bar and saw a man was dead, you know, a bar on 7th, and she's like, okay, I'll call Marty in the morning. And she's like, yeah, you know, he's talking about that he borrowed money from like Mitch Malone's family. So immediately that light bulb goes off in Catherine's head. Oh shit, this is Wyatt's shit. The question is, Catherine, are you going to be real with it, or are you going to try to set up Benny again so you can protect Wyatt? But we've kind of seen that she's done protecting Wyatt. She wants Wyatt to finally pay for his bullshit, because every time he's around, Wyatt is always doing something. Wyatt done already killed the little girl, damn near killed Benny, and now he done killed Uncle Vinny. And this motherfucker's still wilding out at home, because I'm about to get to his ass next. So therefore, we see that the two of them are talking, and she's sharing this information with Catherine. Then we see Jim's ass show up, and Jim already giving the dirty looks to Hannah. And I'm like, there you go again, jumping to conclusions, Jim. Hannah has nothing to do with this. But because he found out that Benjamin got his money, he feels some kind of way. So all of a sudden, after Hannah leaves, you know, Jim asks Catherine, what the hell was she doing here? What's going on? She says she just wanted help with her son. It's like, what's going on with her son? I'm like, he got caught up in a DUI or some shit, and, you know, she just asked for a lawyer to represent him. So she's like, yeah, because I definitely want to talk to her son. Well, she's like, well, he's in jail, so I don't know how you're going to do that. He's like, oh, I'll find a way. But then he's kind of giving Catherine that look like, bitch, I know you lying. You know, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this shit. So then, the last scene of the episode, we see, because you saw from the last episode, Wyatt told him that he was going to kill himself like Amanda, and he was going to take his own life and shit. So Jeffrey decides to go over there, even though Glenn Close, aka Justin, was trying to stop his ass. So we see that Jeffrey finally shows up to Wyatt's place. He lets him know that, you know, I already got people here ready to take you to rehab. So either you can come with me voluntarily, or they can force to put you in rehab because you're an danger to yourself and other people. Which he is. And of course he's talking about some, you know, he's saying that you can't force me to go if I don't want to go. He's like, well, you're suicidal. And he's like, you know, and then he's still saying, he's still trying to tell shit, I killed a man at the bar. I killed a man at the bar. And he's like, well, you need to call the police. And, you know, he's like, I'm not calling the police. I'm not going to do that. You know, because he's so used to people covering his shit. You know, this is Catherine and Jim's doing. More Jim's doing than anything. Jim has always got him off on shit. He's never had to pay for anything. So he pretty much just saying that, look, you know, you need help, so you need to go back to rehab. He's like, I'm not going back to rehab. I'm not doing anything. He's like, well, you know, if you don't, then I'm just going to call them in here and they're going to take you. He's like, you know what? Go to hell, Jeffrey. You're just like my fucking parents. Go to hell. Go to hell. And then next thing you know, we get a knock on the door and he's thinking, it's the damn people. It's that motherfucker Glenn Close, aka Justin's ass, shows up. Like, I heard him yelling at you. What's going on? And he's like, why the hell are you here? He's like, I came here to protect you. And she's like, I don't need you to protect me. Why the fuck are you here? He's like, I was here to protect you. And then next thing you know, we see the people come in there and they literally grab Wyatt and literally pull his ass up out of there. Wyatt was fighting for dear life. Like, he was giving a rustle and tussle. But he's like, you'll thank me later. You know, and got his ass escorted off to rehab. Something that definitely needed to be done. Because Wyatt ain't got no money. He on a loose fucking cannon. And he was just ready to do some more crazy shit. So, I'm glad that Jeffrey did that. But of course, this makes damn, you know, Justin feel some kind of way. And he was like... And he pretty much told him... And pretty much he looks at damn Justin and was like... I told your ass not to come here. And yet you came here anyway. He's like... Look, wherever I am, wherever you are, I'm gonna be there. You know, I just wanted to protect you and make sure that you were okay. He's like, go home. And then Justin, aka Glenn Close, is just standing there, just like, he's like, go home, Justin. Are you deaf? Go home. I'm tired of looking at your face. You getting on my nerves, young. And then next thing you know, we see this fool pulls out 2 guns, puts one on his head and points one at Jeffrey, and he says that, you know, if I can't have you, nobody will. I'm like, Jeffrey, you need to handle this shit. Because at the end of the day, either he gonna kill you, or your ass gonna end up in a padded room. So we need to figure, like, because just like they escorted fucking Wyatt's ass out there, you should have did the same damn thing to fucking Justin's ass. Get his ass escorted the fuck up out of there. So that's where it left off, where he literally got the 2 of them at gunpoint. So we're kind of wondering what the hell's gonna happen next. So that's what I have, y'all. If I missed anything, put it down in the comments. I'd love to talk to you about it. But subscribe to my channel. Click that bell so you can get notifications every time I drop a video. Also, follow me on all of my social platforms. I have them all listed in the description box. Also, like this video, comment on this video, and share this video. And I'll be back with the next episode of the Haves and the Have-Nots right here on KRS TV. So until next time, everybody, take care.